Hey guys, it's Cece, and today I'm here to talk about all of the books that I need to read in December. So in November, I had a TBR video, and I'm pretty sure the title of it was Surprise, I'm behind on my reading goals. And in November, my plan was to catch up on those reading goals, so I wouldn't have to spend December catching up. Oops. So I'm still super behind on my reading goals, and basically I absolutely have to read these books or I don't accomplish the goals that I set for myself at the beginning of the year, and that really stresses me out. So yeah, let's talk about the books that I absolutely have to read in December, because I'm behind and I put stuff off again. Another year, another December of me desperately trying to fit in all the books that I've been putting off for an entire year. Great! So the reason my goals aren't done at the end of the year is that at the beginning of the year I made myself a top 15 to read in 2017 TBR, and I still have 4 books on that list that I have not completed. The first of those is Stiletto by Daniel O'Malley. My plan in November was to reread The Rook, which is the first book in this series, and then read Stiletto, but that didn't happen because The Rook took me like 2 weeks. So I have been desperately reading The Rook for the past couple of days. It's a very long book, and now I need to read Stiletto. The Rook is about a woman named Miffany Thomas who wakes up with no memory of who she is, surrounded by dead bodies who are all wearing latex gloves. She soon discovers that her previous self, the self that she doesn't remember, works for a company called the Chicay, which are basically an underground government in London that takes care of supernatural threats. It's a super weird urban fantasy book that I love, and I loved when I first read it, and I've really enjoyed rereading. And it's time for me to read the sequel, which is even longer than the first one. It's so very long. But I need to read it, because I set myself a goal and I'm going to accomplish it. I also need to read Bittersweet by Miranda Beverly-Whittemore. This is a thriller that has not gotten very good reviews, which is a thing I didn't know about it when I originally put it on my TBR, but is the reason that I've been putting it off for 12 months. What I know about this book is that it's about a girl who gets invited to her friend's, island, her friend's family's island, and when she gets there, it's everything she ever dreamed. She has a boyfriend, it's all perfect, but she's also starting to learn secrets about the family, and she has to decide whether she's going to keep those secrets and maintain her happiness, or if she's going to reveal them and, ruin everything. That's kind of what I know. I've heard it's super boring, and I need it to not be because I need to read it fast, but I'm going to the library today to go pick this up, and I'm gonna read it. Gonna happen. I also need to read Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. This book I got a while ago. I think I got it for Valentine's Day or something, and Janelle's mom gave it to me, and then Janelle borrowed it and read it, and she just brought it to give it back to me when she visited. So now I have it in my hands again and I can read it, and I really need to read it. This is a post-apocalyptic story about a theater troupe. I think they were performing King Lear. Yep. And that's all I know about it, except for the fact that it's very highly reviewed, and Janelle thinks I am absolutely going to adore it with all of my heart. And I hope that she is very right. Because she's generally pretty good at predicting what I will like and what I won't like, so I trust her, and I trust that I'm going to enjoy this book. And the last book from my top 15 TBR from the beginning of the year that I have to read is Nevada by Imogen, Binnie. I didn't read this book in November because it didn't even come until halfway through the month, so that one's not on me. I mean, it's a little on me because I put it off this long, but I did order it, and it arrived, and now I can read it. What I know about this book is that it's basically a coming-of-age road trip with a trans woman main character. It's also own voices, which is exciting, but basically it's about a woman named Maria who is this trans woman living in New York City, and she finds out her girlfriend's been lying to her, so she goes on a road trip of, self-discovery. I've heard really, really good things about this book. I think I originally heard of it because of Nicole from the channel Wolf's Whistle. I get so many good queer recommendations from Nicole. If you're not watching her channel, go watch her channel. But she recommended this in a video ages ago, and I've wanted to read it, and now I finally can. So I'm really hoping I will love it. Another goal that I set myself at the beginning of the year was that I wanted to read 2 new books by Agatha Christie, and by that, of course, I mean 2 books that are new to me by Agatha Christie. I read one back in June, and then I never read a second one, so I need to read another one. I've decided to read The Mysterious Affair at Styles by Agatha Christie. This is the very first Poirot story, which is why I chose it. Also, it's very short. But like, I've read Poirot mysteries before, and I've really enjoyed all of them, and I decided it would be fun to go back to the very first one, see the introduction of the character, the first mystery that he ever solved. I'm hoping I really like it. Plus, I love these editions, so any excuse to collect more of these editions of Agatha Christie books is a great excuse, in my opinion. I have one more book on my TBR, and this one is unnecessary. If I don't have time to read it, I don't have to read it. And maybe that's why I'm putting this on this list, so I have one thing that I'm like, oh, I don't really need to worry about that. But if it gets to the end of the month and I have time, I can read something else. And that book is The Hearts We Sold by Emily Lloyd-Jones. This book is about a girl named Dee, and she has a really terrible home life, and she's about to be thrown out of the boarding school, the only place where she's ever felt at home because of a lack of funds. But in this world, demons exist, and they make deals, and Dee decides to make one. And the demon that she decides to make a deal with is only interested in trading for hearts. So Dee makes a deal with a demon and gives up her heart, and things go on from there. I think that you all know that I'm a little bit interested in, like, demons, demon deals. These are all things that I've probably mentioned before, and after this book came in Owlcrate a couple of months ago, it's just stayed on my TBR shelf, and I keep looking at it like, I really need to read that. So if I have time at the end of my month of desperately catching up on all my goals, this is the book that I'm going to read. It's going to be easy also because this font is very, very large. And that's what I need. But that is it! Those are all of the books that I'm planning to read in the month of December. Please wish me luck. Please, please wish me luck that I can actually accomplish all of these things and that it will be another year of achieving all my goals. I need your support at this time. What books are you planning to read in the month of December? Are you also behind on goals? Are you also catching up on goals? Let me know down in the comments below. We can yell at each other and at ourselves down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye!